So here we are at Yanni's. They are just like getting up all of the awards around town. Let's go see what all of the hype is about. Plus, it's also going to be healthy. Let's go. Hi, Chef Cesar.
Welcome to Yanni's. Welcome to the kitchen.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna let them finish up in there while I take a look around. So this is the tuna dish that we made in the kitchen. You can see on the outside it's nice and seared, and on the inside it's still that nice raw tuna, which is good because it's sushi grade tuna. You don't want to cook it too far. So the sesame seeds are on the outside. They get nice and toasted while it protects the tuna from getting burnt. And the next part is to make the sauce for on top of the dish. And I love that we made a sauce instead of a dressing, because dressings are normally really creamy and they're just all these extra calories that is unneeded. This salad on the bottom as well is so good, and it's very Greek. Greeks eat a lot of salad, and if you didn't know, they also live very long. So they're obviously doing something right. But this is a great example of a Mediterranean twist on an Asian dish, actually, that is nice and fresh and healthy. And at Yanni's, of course. Oh, that's so nice how you presented that. Great, thank you. So as you see, in the tabbouleh itself, we have the red onions that we put on top, which we also have inside. This is so fresh. The only thing that's cooked inside the tabbouleh is the bulgur wheat. And that's just so it could sprout pretty much. So we have the red onions that we cut up, and we have the beautiful parsley and some mint and the tomatoes. That is so fresh. The parsley and the mint really wake that up. And the red onion, because it's cut up really nice and small. And the best thing, tabbouleh is a pretty simple thing to make. There's also some green onions in there, you can see. It is, you just pretty much just put it together, and it's a nice fresh salad to have with anything. It'll wake up a piece of meat, it'll wake up, if you grill meat. So this tabbouleh is really delicious, and you can taste the difference. Because when we made it in the kitchen, not only we cut up the parsley fresh, we cut up the mint fresh, we also added the tomatoes fresh, and the red onion, and the green onion as well. And that adds a nice little bite to the tabbouleh that is very normal in tabbouleh. And when he was squeezing the lemon, I learned something new that I've never known before. He squeezed the lemon over the knife to keep the seeds from going inside the tabbouleh. And of course, the lemon adds some nice acidity to the tabbouleh. But the trick works. I have no seeds in my tabbouleh, so I'll have to start trying that at home. Oh, of course, there's the bulgur wheat. The bulgur wheat is the meat, pretty much, of this salad. And it makes it go much further than just herbs. Then that means you can have it as a meal. You can have it with meat, with fish, anything. There's so many different options that you can do with it. So here at the Morning Lounge and at Yanni's, it's also rated the #1 place to take a client for lunch. So it's very classy. If you have someone that you want to impress, bring them here. Now for the stuffed acorn squash. So the first thing that Cesar and I did in the kitchen is we made sure that the acorn squash, this part, got to be nice and caramelized and roasted as well. Because acorn squash, when you first cut it and it's fresh, is very hard. So you need to roast it so that it gets nice and soft and able to eat, really. And the caramelization that you get on top of the acorn squash makes it sweet and just takes it to a whole nother level. There's no sugar added, but the sweetness in the squash itself comes out and becomes this amazing deep flavor. Now for the filling. So there are pieces of fresh salmon and big pieces of shrimp. And that, along with some red onions and some tomatoes. Tomatoes last, so they didn't get too soft. And we have asparagus inside, a whole bunch of different vegetables inside of this seafood stuffed acorn. And all of the flavors meld together So now I'm gonna try just one more bite of this, and then we're gonna check out the banquet hall. This is good.